Can Zeke deke again? It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. With that, we head up to Jacksonville for the Jags home opener. To bring it to you, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like two losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth, and it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Brady. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
But a tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's third down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Chester Rogers that time, and that'll bring up second down.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Here's Darnold. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And we'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but pretty nice effort.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Darnold from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Elliott fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Chandler Jones just keeps getting better and better. Each season, he adds a little more to his game. I wonder if he wants to take on his UFC fighting brother at any time.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
What tight end?
Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The numbers for Antonio Brown in last week's ball game: 4 catches, 59 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
58, come on. Tighten up. Pull it together.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
36.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Got it complete to Rodgers. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On 1st down, Brady. And Walker has it. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. Now Brady on the bootleg. And that will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. A run by Walton to begin the drive. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Darnold now to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing quickly, that's caught by Brown out wide. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the 50, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To the air again, Darnold. Packer pressure, and down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Brady now to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Brady. And Tate's got it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. On second down, Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Brady. And he locates Walker, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Brady. It's complete. Stills. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. 10th carry now for Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Freeman trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Draw play. Here's Walton. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now it's Tate. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That one complete to Elliott. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On 2nd and 1, Darnold. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. On 1st down, Walton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Darnold completes it, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's Darnold, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal from the right hash. This from 33. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Yeah, Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Here we go. Here we go. 53.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And that's Elliott, complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. And able to find Dorsett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They toss to Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Darnold. And that is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. From the 16, Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now Brown. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down now, it's Walton. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
58, boys, 58, 58.
Now Darnold. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
I hope you brought your left, because I'm
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. To throw on 2nd and 6. Darnold over the middle, and it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Darnold from the gun. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Freeman again. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Darnold now to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Chandler Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Elliott. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Here we go. Watch 80. Watch 80. We got trips over here. Trips over here.
A quick pass out to Juju. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
58
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. And that's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Yard punt, 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And his throw here's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. He completes it to Tate. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And Walker has it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Brady now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Now Brady again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Packers! Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now a carry for Walton. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's Darnold, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown of the new season. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Walton. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
We got this.
Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Stills had it, but couldn't hang on. But it's going to be 2nd down. Brady will try again on 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Brady. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker.
Let's go.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Wait, 20. All day, every day, any day.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Tucker now to add the point after. And that makes it 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe there's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 50, it's Darnold. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Darnold. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Walton. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. Because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. If people are going to go for it on 4th down, They believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
And now the Packers get set to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Elliott on first down, got to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Box screen, box screen. Kill.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down 14-10, 1:09 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. He's back to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Darnold. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you look back over the score sheet. Interesting. A very clean game. No turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Green Bay, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.